Oh, I'm getting tired, huh?
Yeah, I'm about to sleep on this couch.
You're about to sleep on this couch right now. Let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and whip out this couch for y'all. I'll make it up for you right now.
Thanks, dog. Thanks, okay. Dad.
Let's do it right now.
All right. Is this it? Is this a surprise? All right.
The sleep mask is going on Garrett right now.
This is nice, I guess.
Oh!
What the freak just
happened? Okay, I just knocked over your phone.
That's probably. I mean, it's already cracked, dude. The damage is done. Just let's do this, okay?
I want to make a formal apology. And I want to say that I'm sorry for saying beehole for the first time on camera. And I know that my mom watches this. I don't know if anybody else in my family watches this. It wasn't intended for my friends or family either. But I understand that they might want to watch it because they love me and they care about me and they want to support me. I realize my actions may have hurt some people's feelings. And I am deeply sorry for what I said. And I didn't mean that for any prisoners
my God.
Or people that are actually in jail. And I just wanted to open up open up the podcast with an apology. And I'm sorry. And I love all you guys that have listened. I almost have 100. I hit 100 downloads today. That means 100 people listen. Nobody heard the beehole thing yet, though, because that episode is not out yet. All right. Side note: while we're opening up, please subscribe, like, and comment to anything that I'm on, please. I don't want to sound ungrateful or. I really don't want to sound ungrateful to any friends that have reached out to me and said that they've enjoyed the podcast. Really, that means nothing to me if I'm not reading it in the comment section. Take your nice thoughts that you're sending to me via text and put it in the comment section, like it, and subscribe, please. And then that would mean something. It means nothing to me right now. Even though it's very sweet and kind and I appreciate it. I'm really thirsty for comments and likes right now. For God's sake, I had to get my sister to comment on my first video. Nobody commented. My sister commented, and you can see her last name is Lowe, and I'm scared people are going to know that it's my sister. All right, this podcast is brought to you by this ad that I'm about to read. Are you a long distance runner? Are you a nursing mother? Congratulations. Maybe you just have sensitive nipples. Okay. For real, we're being paid. For real, we're being paid by these people. Guys, I nearly lost. Wait, give me a second. Guys, I nearly lost a nipple the other day. Seriously, my nipple literally almost fell off my body when I was running my casual 14-mile run the other day. I'm running a marathon in case anybody didn't know.
Liar.
I swear I ran 14 miles. You can check my phone. Anyways, my nipple literally almost fell off my body. Well, that stopped when I started using Mother Love. The bottom line is that a smooth, moisturizing nipple butter that women return to time and time again. Some of Okay, just a warning that I have to say. It can stain clothes, so make sure that you use breast pads to avoid this. Hey, use promo code Chase Nips, not Cheese Nips. Chase Nips to get 7% off your first purchase. Mother Love, where mothers and runners, myself, don't have to have chafed nipples anymore.
Chase nipples.
Hey, so when I was Googling, so that's not actually a sponsor, but I like doing a fake sponsor every time now. So that's what I'm going to start doing until somebody actually sponsors this show.
Come on, y'all.
All right.
Please.
Hey, what are you talking about? Mother Love is not going to reach out to me and sue me for this.
They might.
Do you think they would? Honestly, I'll take it.
Yeah.
There's no way on earth that Mother Love is going to find friends in low places and find. All right. Well, LaCroix was sponsored by us on episode 3. And Jess put up a big fussy about it. Okay. No, okay. Forget the sponsor. Okay, we're doing the sponsor, whatever. Fake sponsor. Let's get into it.
All right.
Sorry, Nala. All right. So let me just say before I say this intro, this intro is 90% done. So I'm going to have to ad-lib a little bit, but here we go. My guest today. And keep in mind that there is action music behind us or epic music, okay? My guest today starred in a little movie called Shrek 1, which is arguably the best movie of the entire Shrek franchise. Let's be honest, after Shrek 2, it really went downhill from there. He, aka Lord Farquad, will be sleeping on this very couch that we're on right after we're done with this podcast. He plays at Passion. In this church, in that church. Really, just name a church, he's at it. Not only is he one of the most talented and hottest guitarists in Atlanta, he made a mean drip coffee at a cool, hip Atlanta coffee shop called Brash Coffee. He recently just soundtracked music for a short film, which sounds really good. Garrett, great job.
Thank you.
Yeah. And now he left Atlanta, and he was in Atlanta, but now he went down to Valdosta, and now he's just doing a bunch of work down at different ministries down there at AKA Valdezi.
Valdirty. Valdusty.
I'll end it with this. A wise man once said, well, the years start coming and they don't start coming. They don't stop coming. And I hope, this is a serious note, I hope the years don't stop coming with our friendship.
Dude, same. Thank you. I'll forgive you for messing up those lyrics, though. It's really easy. It's a really easy song, man.
Have you seen the 10-hour loops of
Yes,
them?
dude. There's like the one where it's like,
stop
it's like, and they don't stop coming, they don't stop coming, they don't
It
stop
plays
coming.
for 10 hours.
That's great.
All right. Some may know him as Garret Randolph. I know him as Gare Bear. It's Garret Randolph. Everybody clap.
Hey, guys. Hey, guys.
Garrett, I love you. Thank you for being here. Friends in low places, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, guys. First time. 3 cameras going on right now. What's up? We're moving up. Hey, also, little plug. This episode is also sponsored by X3 Sports Kickboxing Gym. They have locations in Inman Park.
Don't listen to him.
West Midtown.
This guy literally profited.
Marietta.
This guy submitted me and at least you
10
for
other,
sure his
it
wife.
had to be 10
he
people.
sold out his wife's info, my info, another one of our friends' info to freaking cash in on this shirt. And what do we got to show for it? We get annoying texts semi-regularly.
And they made me wear this shirt because I've never worn it before, but I actually, I did get the shirt, but I never wore it. So they made me wear it today.
My condition of this podcast is that you would wear the shirt, and
it's not too flattering, honestly.
Hey, there's a logo on the sleeve. Make sure we know who really sponsors
X3
this.
Sports. The shoulders don't fit me that well. I think I need to build out my shoulders a little bit. Let me tell you that at lunch today, I remembered that I have this thing that I do. Okay. Mm-hmm. And what that is you told me a story, and I don't want to put that story on the podcast, even though 20 people listen to this.
We love you all.
I think that... All right, let me just set it up. The story was you started to tell me about a really close friend that you had at one point.
Mm-hmm.
You got a phone call that something very bad happened to him. And it took you about a minute to set it up to say, I was connected to this person, this person, this person. But I knew that something awful was coming up. I really thought that you were going to say that he tried to kill himself. And with everything within me, 30 seconds before you actually said it, I was trying not to bust out laughing because I knew that when you said it, my brain was going to go, hey, you should not laugh right now at what he's about, the awful thing that he's about to say, because that'd probably be the worst thing that you could do. So what does that make me want to do? That makes me want to laugh really hard. So right when you said,
What did I say?
Right? I just don't know if I want to say.
The punchline.
I just don't want to. I
story.
don't know if I want to. Let me just make up a scenario of what happened. Right when you said his wife has cancer, I started smiling, and I was like, and I was trying not to smile.
Well, that's like one of those things where like you were probably zoning out also while listening to me.
Hey,
and I
don't say that.
Yeah, I know you were. I can literally see it on your face every time we talk. But I think that's something that I'm like.
Are you kidding me?
I'm 100%.
I feel like I'm a good listener,
dude. You are a good listener, but you also multitask and you zone out almost every time we talk. And then also
everybody's shaking their head.
No, everyone, even your wife's shaking her head. She's in the room right there. She agrees with me that literally, but. I know because it took me a while. I'm like, why does he change subjects when we talk so much? Like, I feel like he can ask questions and change subjects. And I'm just like, it's probably because he's got the scenarios playing out in his head. And I'm like, no, I get that. That's cool. Awesome. I didn't want to talk about it either.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. Listen, dude, but it's not a point of contention. I love you. I love everything about you.
Wow, dude. Like,
I think you are such...
Nobody has ever told me that. And I've saw that in other people. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, they don't actually give an F about what I'm talking about right now. They're just thinking about the next story.
Yeah.
And they really want to tell the next story, and they don't really care how I'm wrapping up the story.
Well,
that's how you feel about me?
To be fair though, when we do talk about stuff, you always like engage and ask more questions, but I'm also like, I could also tell when we talk about certain things here, just like you're wanting to engage in it, and then you're just like, not that you vividly and like are openly like, I want to talk about something else, so I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna be like, you're gonna ask something that's somewhat of a segue, and that's how you move into it. It's 100%. Everyone does it. Everyone does it.
What else do you know about me that I don't know about myself?
You're one of the best drummers I know. I don't think you know that about yourself.
You redeemed yourself after.
I know how to pander is what it is. I know how to pander to your emotions.
Yeah, you brought it back because I was getting angry at you at the top of this episode. But
yeah,
but also maybe I needed to hear that. Maybe I need to. Maybe I lied to myself and thought that I was a good listener, and I'm not.
I think you're a great listener. But also you're a pretty good multitasker.
That took a route that I did not want it to take. All I wanted to talk about is the fact that I laugh at uncomfortable things.
You really do. Then you try to change the subject.
I really think that it is... Okay. I really think that it is a disability or a disease that I have.
I wouldn't take it that far.
a disability. I have a disability,
Mental, I would call it like a mental block or something. Like
a mental disability to where
no.
if somebody starts to say something awful, my brain immediately goes, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh. And then I want to laugh so hard. The most recent example past this lunch was I was at a church service and they go, hey, does anybody have a prayer request? And somebody was like, I do.
No.
I actually, a family friend of ours, their 1-year-old child just got COVID. And for whatever reason, it affected him in the way of his skin started burning and it felt like he was on fire. So he was screaming all night long. And yeah, that's the way it was. And he ended it like that. And it was dead silent in the room. And I literally was like holding in everything within me not to crack up laughing because I knew that would probably be the worst place that I could ever laugh at.
That's like early signs of being a sociopath, by the way.
You think? But I feel like I'm very empathetic and loving and I feel people's emotions. But
I agree.
I get you know what it is? I feel uncomfortable in certain situations. And for whatever reason, my body wants to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's its release.
Mm.
And that's probably one of the worst things you could do when somebody tells you that they're...
Did you grow up charismatic? Just
yes.
curious. So that in charismatics, they literally say like when a demon leaves your body or you get delivered, like it can leave your body via laughter.
Bro, I am so possessed.
Dude, we're about
dude, y'all need to do an exorcism on me because I have a bunch of demons in me apparently.
Probably.
All right,
I don't speak that over you.
Hey, we'll do that at the end of the podcast. We'll do an exorcism at the end.
We'll edit that out.
No, that's going in. Is my nose red right now? For some reason, the left side of my nose is really itchy.
Yeah, it's pretty red, dude.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's
oh yeah, you're right. This is good.
These iPhone cameras really capture your
that
inflammation.
1080. Yeah. So our cover of Reptilia by The Strokes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the cover we're doing.
Mm-hmm,
You're on guitar. I'm on drums.
Mm-hmm.
So where was the first time that you heard that song?
So I was probably in the midst of what I considered my scene phase, which wasn't really like a scene phase. I never did like guy liner or
cool
like the weird Hot Topic pants.
Yeah.
I think I was just actually sad. And the only other people that pretended to be sad in my school was like scene kids. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm scene too, but I still wear like Wrangler jeans and different things like that.
Yeah.
And I just remember I watched the music video for Reptilia. And the lead singer, he just looked like scene. He had like really like black dark hair. All the dudes looked so sad and emo. And I was like, this is so cool. And it was probably like the first time I was just like, man, like it's kind of cool to be feminine as a guy.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, all these dudes are wearing like really tight clothes and like really like well dressed. And I was just like, I grew up in a very rural school. Like farmers ruled everything. Like literally the FFA ruled our school. Mm-hmm. So I didn't fit in that crowd. But I was like, I found like, that was like all these dudes in this music video just dress super cool and like they're not afraid to like have long hair and like wear a little bit of makeup. And I was like, kind of respect them for that. I never wore the makeup, but wish I had the cojones too.
Yeah, I don't think I
myself.
could. I don't think I could.
Yeah, I think the song for me was just an image thing. I really liked the image of the guys in the band.
That's beautiful.
And also, it was like the first time where I actually liked a song that wasn't by Green Day, to be fair.
Dude. Wait.
Yeah.
So that's crazy because the first band that I would say got me into music was my cousin. Like, so I went to my grandma's house. She had a cat. I was allergic to a cat. My cousin was as well. My cousin's like 4 years older. So I'm 12. He's 16. And he's like, do you want to go out to my car and just listen to music? And I was like, yeah. So we go out there and then he puts on... What's the Green Day? Wake Me Up Till September Ends. Holiday. And then the weird part is he also played me Black Eyed Peas. My Humps.
Same era.
My
Humps, dude.
And he played me those songs, and I was like, I like music. And that's what got me into music. It's really Green Day.
It's really eclectic. Yeah, and Black Eyed Peas.
And Black Eyed Peas, My Hump. Yeah. I didn't even know about that was weird because I didn't even know about like sexuality or anything. And I'm listening to my humps, my lovely lady humps. And I was just like, what is going on? So you recorded this about a year ago, pretty much.
And then I started like seeing all your like funny videos. It's like, man, ours isn't funny enough. Like I really
no. Realistically,
this is not reflective of who I am as a person. Or
realistically,
a
we made it. You recorded this back in October, and this is when I had the podcast cover idea.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, it just took this long to get going and get to our podcast, get to our cover.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we made some funny videos before this one. And me and you have a funny dynamic, so it would be perfect to do something crazy. But, you know, Reptilia works.
It works.
We
it
like
works.
it.
I mean, literally probably knew the song by heart at one point, so it's just muscle memory.
Okay, so what gear / guitar did you use to record this guy?
Guitar 1 was my Jazzmaster. Guitar 2 was my Stratocaster.
Ooh.
I just kind of used I don't even remember what pedals I used, to be honest, but I definitely recorded my Fender Vibrolux amp because them dudes love their Fenders, so I just use that. I think you
Fender Vibrolux.
Yeah, Vibrolux, Vibro. Yeah. Does that mean anything to you?
Do you guys hear that out there? Fender Vibrolux.
Can anyone relate? You guys know what I'm talking about? Come on, dude.
I love the tone and sound of a Vibrolux. Okay, but this is good because I'm going to put that in my vocabulary now, and I know what a Vibrolux is. I don't know what it sounds like. I do know what it sounds like because I'll listen to the cover.
There you go.
So I haven't talked about my drum part about any of the covers.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to do that. So my drum part. Let's think. The only thing special I really added to this guy was I added a little fill before the solo. And it took me maybe three takes to get it real tight.
Mm-hmm.
And I got that boy tight, and I was happy with that.
Yeah.
But it's a nice little fill. I think I'll make that the fill when the Instagram video starts, and then I'll direct them to YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. Yeah, I mean, that song's so straightforward. So, I mean,
usually I try and stick as close as I can to the track.
Right.
And this one, that's what I did at first. But I was like, I'm going to push myself and do a little fancier fill than I normally do. It's a little fast, but you know.
Nice.
Just like that.
Yeah. No, I think I appreciate that because I used like a live video for a reference whenever I went to the instrumental. So there's like a weird lick where it goes like, there's like a weird thing that's not in the recording, but I watched a couple live videos. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Interesting.
So
and
I kinda,
they do that.
Yeah. So I kind of aped that lick a little bit.
That's cool. And, yeah, I definitely heard that when you sent them over.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, it's funny because like songs like that are literally they're stuck in your head and they're concrete.
Yes.
So whenever you hear something different, you're kind of like, oh, I kind of like the way that that sounded. I like the way that like they pulled that off and like made it different.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like sometimes I'm so familiar with that song that I'm like, it's concrete in my head.
Yes.
If anything's different about it, then I'm like, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I
haven't
like
even heard your drum
fill.
Sometimes I am like, I like the original better. Like you can't beat the original.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is some of that with certain songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I want to apologize how sucky my covers are right now because I looked back on them and I just released the Shania Twain one. Okay, I'm happy with the creative process of how I did it. But I look at it now and I'm like, this sucks super hard as far as the quality.
But, and, you know, I think everyone can forgive that because literally the video just starts and I'm immediately laughing just because I know what's happening. I'm just like, this dude's an idiot.
Yeah.
I don't even care if you're like, you're good at drums and you nail it, but I'm like, he gets stuck at drums and this would still be really funny and really good.
Honestly, the crazy part is I have more fun and more fulfillment in doing the 40 seconds of garbage and then actually playing it, you know?
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to
Okay, but let me just say to anybody who cares, the reason why I pause on that is because nobody cares. But I think maybe a year down the road, somebody will care.
Right.
Anyways, to anybody who cares, these videos are going to get better. Being Garrett's podcast is going to look better than the first, second, and third one.
I hope so.
Changing things up. It's going to look good.
Mm-hmm.
And boom, Reptilia. I got to pee real quick.
All right.
All right. A little marathon update. I know that I did the ad recently, and the reason why that they chose to sponsor us is because my nipples literally almost fell off because I went for a long run the other day, and I looked at my shirt and I was like, oh, there's like this, like I was sweating all over.
Are you trying to do a full marathon?
Yes.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
Well, do you doubt me?
No, I don't doubt you at all.
I feel like you kind of do.
No, I don't. What's that? I know half a marathon's like 13 point something miles. But
I've done that actually.
Yeah. I can't tell if you're serious.
So what? No, I actually have done a 13.
Big deal, man.
I have done 13.
Well, big deal, man. I don't care.
Okay, but was the
talk to me when you do a full marathon, okay?
Yeah. Okay, was the time great? No. I came in last. It was really bad. Will this one be different? Yeah. I'll beat somebody. I'll beat an old person, you know. Anyways, my nipples were bleeding.
Your brain can go, but your nipples can't.
Exactly.
You got twice the amount of nipples as brains.
And why does my nipples bleed and not my brain?
Friction.
You're right. There's no friction on the brain unless you get a concussion or something.
Yeah.
Then there's some friction.
Yeah. A little bit.
Okay, so I did think
True.
about this though.
Facts.
And
Science.
I told Jess this. I was like, I think that if I ran a marathon right now, I think that I could do it. I think that I could will myself and push myself to actually run a marathon. It wouldn't be like a great time, but I could do it. And then
you know about like the 40% rule where like they say like when you're at 40% of what you're capable of,
yes,
the pain threshold is kind of where what the
yes,
just
yes.
That's when your brain starts telling you like, hey, back off, and
yeah,
you shouldn't be doing
I
this
have heard
much.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like they say it happens around 40%. So you actually have like a lot more you can do past the pain threshold.
Yes.
You know, if you get over the mental thingy.
Yes, and that's what if I ran the marathon, that's what I would be telling myself is I can actually run this thing. I just have to get past it mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Jess that, and she was like, well, it'd be nice if you followed the schedule and, you know, you burned off some calories and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, yeah, you're right. And then I realized Jess is just literally wanting me to run this marathon because she doesn't want me. She doesn't want me to be fat.
Meanwhile, she's doing a 21-day bun buster.
And what are you eating right now?
What is it called? Blagatis? Pilates and Blogalates.
Blogalates. And tell everybody what you're eating right now.
She's eating the second half of a key lime pie. Hey, Chase, you're doing pretty good, buddy. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man. Enough with the marathon update.
Cool. Hey, I'm proud of you. That's
Thank
big.
you.
That's big. For real.
Thank you. I had a deep, dark depression back in December. I'm bouncing back. Bouncing back, soaring above whatever my expectations were of you. And Hannah laughed at me when at the thought of me running a marathon. And I'm going to run right past her expectations. Okay? Literally, everybody laughed when I said I ran 40. I ran 2 hours and 45 minutes. How crazy is that? I was gone for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Jess was worried about me and I was running.
No, she wasn't. She was not.
All right. Anyways.
Still
okay.
proud of you.
Hey, we might edit this part out or position it differently, but I wanted to run this by you. Would you rather? Okay. Would you rather? All right. 2020 happened. Okay. Right. It was pretty gross, pretty awful. I mean, it happened, right?
Right.
Whatever you want to say about it. 2020, the stereotype was it sucked. Okay. Would you rather 2020 never happened or okay, let me rephrase that. Give me 1 second.
I think no matter what the option is, I think I already know what my answer is.
Okay. You would say 2020 never happened.
No.
Okay, wait. Okay, well, this might change your option when I go to the other one.
And now he's got to rethink on what the second thing is.
Okay,
what can I do to convince him to pick 2020? Okay. 2020 never happened.
2020 never existed. 2020. Okay, let's just say 2020 was the best year of our lives in the world. If somebody took your wiener, extended it out, took a knife, and chopped off your wiener. No more wiener. Goodbye. And nobody would have to know, though. And I mean, I guess people would find out.
Where do I win in this situation?
Okay. The thing is, you're a hero because 2020 was actually a great year, and you don't have a wiener now, or you have a wiener and you're sitting on this couch. 2020 happened.
Your parents are going to listen to this.
I told you I might edit this out.
Go ahead. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
I told you I might edit this out, but I don't know.
My poor wiener.
So what do you think? Okay, you have a wiener. 2020 happened. You don't have a wiener. 2020 was the best year of everybody's lives.
2020 was a very important formative year for me and a lot of people. So I would not choose to give up 2020, especially for my appendage or any appendage of mine.
It's a very controversial statement that you just said, but I appreciate your honesty.
Mm-hmm.
And Jess disagrees with me that it was controversial.
Thank you, Jess. Hey. Thanks, Jess.
But God bless you. And that's your opinion. That's your God-given right. That's fine. All right.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Time for our, I don't know what to call this segment, but I'm going to call it actual music talk, to where we actually talk about music that might be helpful to people.
Come on.
I would say 85% of this podcast is not helpful. It's more just whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so something that we've talked about before and that we feel comfortable with and that you are the master of is the art of the hang. And by hang, I'm okay on the Cheez-Its. Thank you, though.
No Cheez-Its for me.
And by the hang, do you mind describing or saying the definition of the hang?
It's daunting. The art of the hang is to be a very flexible and very selfless person in all social situations, especially even professionally. So making yourself and your character available to all people, especially in professional situations.
I would say that is the foundation of the hang, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then to layer on top of that would be charisma, charm, humor, right?
Right.
Then you can layer that on.
Mm-hmm.
Start with, though, what you were saying of selflessness. Being there, being flexible, not being an issue, not being a problem, right?
Yeah. Since we're both musicians,
yes,
I think we can agree that we probably get opportunities to do more music and play more gigs based on who we are as people. Obviously, I think we're both very gifted musicians.
Yes,
and I think there's a lot of gifted musicians.
Yes,
I think they're probably more gifted musicians than the other important aspect of being a musician and being a professional musician, especially, is your character. And we talked about this before, where literally like you want to get a gig, you got to be two things: show up prepared, be a good dude to hang out with.
Yep.
I think that was some of the best advice I've ever gotten as a musician.
That was actually the first advice that I got from Spencer Boyce, who was the first guest on this, who was my mentor.
What up, Spence?
We love you, Spence.
Sorry you're in quarantine right now, baby.
I know, he's got the COVID. He's got the Rona. I can't believe it. He's okay, though. He just can't taste and smell.
Yeah, you can't enjoy life right now.
Anyways, I remember I was a teenager at the time. We weren't even friends. I just kind of knew him. I just knew that he was a guy that did music. And I was like, what advice would you give me for a young musician who's coming up? That was exactly the advice he gave me. He was like, I forget what percentage he said, but let's just say half of it is having the skill, knowing the part, like you said, but almost more of the percentage is being a good hang, being likable, being somebody that somebody likes to hang out with. That is so much more important than actually being a skillful player.
For sure.
Yeah.
Being teachable and being a good dude to hang out with. I mean, like I said, I don't know. I don't feel like I was always, to me, a good guitar player, but I always wanted to learn. Like I always wanted to keep absorbing and hear what other people had to offer. And eventually I became autonomous and I was really confident in what I can do. And at that point I was just like, I just want to have fun now. Like music is about having fun. And you kind of have to be like a fun person. Like, I mean, like part of the fun of being a musician is like hanging out with other musicians. So like the other aspect of like, yeah, you get to play music. Obviously we all like playing music. We do it because it's fun. Yeah. We do it because it's satisfying in a lot of ways. But also like, it's also really fun to just be around people.
Well, and I would say 70 to 80%, depending on the gig, is hanging out with people, right?
You're only playing for like 2 to 3 hours at a time on any kind of like gig.
And especially if you're playing like a
even
night
less for
gig
worship,
or a weekend gig or something, you're spending hours on hours with these people, you know? So if you're not a good hang, if you're not, if you're not selfless or just happy to be there.
Speaking of like not being able to handle like awkward situations, like that would be something that like me and you would probably be able to like filter through really, really quick.
An awkward situation.
Wow, we don't have chemistry with these people. Like this is pretty terrible. But also, I'm not good at hiding that. I'm like, I'm bothered by the lack of chemistry. Like I'm
not good with that. Though.
Yeah, same.
I'm not good with that. I will cower into somebody that I'm not, and I will just turn into this reclusive person who's like, okay, I'm not getting nothing from nobody. So I guess I'm just gonna.
Are you an
Enneagram
9? Are you a 9? Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know you were a 9. Good to know,
dude. That literally makes me upset, and that makes me think that whatever you said at the beginning of the podcast, that you should take a look in the mirror because I've told you that I'm a 9 for the literally 4 times. I've told you that I'm a 9.
Sorry, I'm really sorry, but also
take a look in the mirror, bro.
I just don't retain. I have a really bad short-term memory. I admittedly have a really bad short-term memory. I'm so sorry. I love you.
But you listen in the moment. Love you. Oh, but you listen.
At least
I remember everything.
At least I don't change the subject like you just did. Take that. Suck it, nerd. But we love each other. I love you.
All right. Well, we do love each other. I don't think we've had this much friction off air ever. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like we've had more friction on this podcast than ever.
Probably. But also, this is like extenuating circumstances. So, I don't know. The night's young. We still have a lot more to cover.
Oh, my God. We could end this in a...
There's going to be so much friction. We're going to start a fire.
Yeah.
Well... If there was wood and flint present, this friction would start a fire.
Honestly, that would make great content.
Were you an Eagle Scout?
No.
Me neither.
But I do love to make a fire.
Same.
But I do love a fire.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Dude, too bad. Too bad Tom Hanks didn't have us on. freaking
Castaway.
Castaway. All that friction to start a fire.
I mean, it would really change up the plot having 2 other people on the island.
He wouldn't have cut
with
his
him,
hand.
but
If he would have just had us in our heated conversation, he would have cut his hand starting that fire and threw what was his name?
That's true. Wilson
into the ocean.
Yeah, he got really upset and threw him into the ocean.
Yeah, and then but he got him back, but he lost him later.
Isn't that crazy how sad that was to see Wilson float away? And it was just a volleyball.
You've never felt such sadness from an inanimate object
I
in
know.
my life.
Yeah.
In my freaking life.
I'm gonna edit this part out, but
That's
Garrett,
okay.
did you see the
Yeah.
did you see the part with the Capitol riots? Did you see that my favorite meme was did you see Nicolas Cage walking out with the with the
Declaration of
painting? Yeah.
Independence. Yes. Dude.
That was my favorite meme
There's a
of all
running
of
fan
it.
theory where it's just like all the news cameras and all the rioters were actually just like it's part of the plot of National Treasure 3. Literally, the riots never
National
happened.
Treasure
They were
3.
all actors. They weren't news cameras. They were a film crew. That's the theory. And I choose to believe it for the hope for this world. But
Garrett, have you had time to think about your deepest, darkest secret? This is a new segment that I'm doing.
Why's it got to start on me?
I know. Okay, no, I'll do mine first.
Okay,
but this is a new segment that I'm doing.
Wait a minute. As the host, do you have to dig up a deepest, darkest secret?
Every time.
Every single time?
Every time. I think I've told Jess this one before. I haven't told a lot of people this. Okay, so here it is. So when I don't know how old I was exactly, but when let's just say I was a kid, I was probably under 10. I was at a house of a family friend, and there was one of the daughters sleeping on the couch in daytime. Okay. And she was sleeping, and I walked over and I stood over her. I looked at her and I bent over and I kissed her on the cheek, and then I walked away while she was sleeping, and she had no idea that I did that.
That's really creepy, but I thought it was going to be like I farted in her face or something.
I mean, it's pretty sweet, but it's pretty creepy though, right?
No, that's super creepy.
It's creepy, right?
It's a little rapey too. I'm not gonna lie. It is. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, you could count it off as, oh, that's sweet. That's a little boy.
How old were you?
I mean, I was little.
Okay.
I definitely was not over 10. Maybe I would say I was under 10, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. That does seem a little past the edge of sweet, right?
Right.
Like, there's an age to where, like, you're really little and that's okay. But when you get past a certain age, it's like, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do anything to people while they're asleep.
Yeah.
Especially if you're enjoying it.
If it's a really good sleep.
Unless you're drawing a mustache on somebody or putting their hand in hot water.
Fair.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was, dude, if there was anything that made me laugh so hard, was doing something to somebody when they were asleep. All right, anyways. What is your deepest, darkest secret?
Shoot. Dude, I really so I'm such an open book. I don't know if I have like a deepest, darkest secret.
So did you as a kid though, did you hide anything? Did you wipe anything anywhere? Did you
I don't know. I was a big daydreamer and I had a huge overactive imagination like as a kid. I literally
could see that for sure.
So I literally me and my friends would spend hours outside. Like we would have sleepovers where we'd spend hours outside like inventing these like games. And I mean, this is probably I don't promote this, but I'm like, we probably did this until we were like 15 or 16. Like, yeah. Like we would have
That's a
these
deep
like
dark secret right there.
we kept these like we for some reason like we matured, but like we would always hang out and like come up with these like elaborate stories in these games that we would like live out in the backyard.
So was it the type of thing to where like you would pick up a stick and be like, oh, let's go and attack this fortress? And
yes, it started out as like sticks, but eventually, I mean, like I would like. Well, there was like a flea market close to where I lived, and we would go, and there was like place who like
guns.
Yeah, well, airsoft guns. They literally had like swords. Like they would craft these like swords, and they were bought from China, obviously. But like this dude was just like, yeah, I've crafted these swords, and this is the flea market in freaking Valdosta or Lake Park, and I would buy a bunch of these swords, and by the time we were like 15 or 16, I remember like me and a couple of my friends, a couple of my friends like would stop doing it and be like, that's weird. But a couple of my friends still did it with me. We would just come up with these games and play them for like hours. Like we would develop these stories and these characters that we became. And it was, I mean, honestly, it's funny because like I did it way too late in life, but I look back very fondly on it.
The fact that you ran around with swords at 16 years old with your friends is almost more terrifying than the fact that I kissed a sleeping girl when I was 8 years old.
Jess says no, so I'm gonna take a cue.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
Consent.
What we did.
Jess is saying we had a
victim list. Listen, we're just having good times outside with my buds, creating games.
So it was more. It was more creepy.
It's consensual.
Mine was more creepy.
Yes, dude.
All right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yes, dude.
This leads me into the perfect segue of let's do a deep dive in social media about Garrett's sword phase. Okay, let's see.
All right, kind of ready for this.
Should I edit this out of an ex that you had?
No, that's not an ex. That's my sister.
Is it really?
Yeah. No, it's not an ex-girlfriend. That's my sister. Okay. But I mean. To be fair, like me and my sister don't really look alike except for our eyes. Our eyes are like almost the exact same color.
Yeah, y'all's eyes do look pretty similar. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, nice try. I didn't have any girlfriends.
Okay. Tell me how you got from this. Okay, hold a pause right here.
I'm holding. To that.
To this. Good God Almighty, you look handsome, bro.
Yeah.
What happened? And please tell the viewers how they cannot look like that to what you look like now.
Honestly, just don't shampoo your hair every day and try to lose a little weight where you can, for sure.
Dude, that is great advice because I was shampooing my hair every day with Head and Shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was destroying my hair.
Yeah. So I would say for those who choose to go to the long hair route, as you can see, I'm choosing to go the long hair route again.
It looks great. If you weren't wearing a beanie right now, you would look like straight like Lord Farquad. You would look amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know how I feel about that, but
dude, take the compliment.
I will take the compliment.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's fabulous. He ruled all of far away. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so yeah, don't wash your hair every day. If you're going to go the long hair route, try to make your forehead look less big.
Yeah. And eat less hamburgers, right?
Yeah.
Questions from Instagram. All right. So we got a question from Night Color Music, which is our friend Sean Crawford, who's been on the podcast. He says, quote, "For real though, all-time favorite episode of SpongeBob."
Dude, that is hard. I can't remember what season it's from, but it has to be the one where God, this is so stupid. This is where I think I was actually quoting it today with him when I hung out with him, but it's the one where Squidward convinces SpongeBob to go on strike.
Yeah.
And SpongeBob is outside of the Krusty Krab going like, "Mr. Krabs is here and there. Krusty Krab is unfair. Standing at the concession. Plotting his oppression."
Yeah.
I love that one. I probably quote that one the most out of anything. It just stuck in my mind.
Oh, I'm getting tired, huh?
Yeah, I'm about to sleep on this couch. there, so
You're about to sleep on this couch right now. Let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and whip out this couch for you. I'll make it up for you right now.
Thanks, dog. Thanks,
Okay.
Dad.
Let's do it right now.
All right. Is this it? Is this a surprise?
Right when you pulled that.
Turn down the lights. Garrett, if you could please get in bed.
I have no clue what's happening right now.
All right.
Also, if your hand goes any lower, ow!
I'm so sorry. Okay.
Just pinch my thigh, me, dude.
You good? Are you comfortable?
Just careful with my goodies, man.
Oh, I
Jeez.
almost forgot. Give me 1 second.
Listen, man. So far, this tuck in is a 6 out of 10. Is that the humidifier? Dude, lavender's my favorite. All
The
right.
sleep mask is going on Garrett right now.
This is nice, I guess.
Oh!
What the freak just
Okay, I just knocked over your phone.
It's probably, I mean, it's already cracked, dude. The damage is done. Just let's do this. Okay.
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 All right.
Okay.
Do you have any advice for musicians or any producers, or any upcoming producers?
Don't get chafed nipples.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. Take care of your body. I don't know.
Do you have any real advice?
Get lots of sleep. Be a good hang. Make lots of good friends like Cheese, and stay close to them, and don't move away.
And never leave them.
Yes. Never leave them.
Where can people find you?
People could find me at 229-563-9798.
All right, you just gave out your address. That's fine.
No, that's my phone number, dude.
Oh.
Whoa.
Do you want to give out your address?
No,
Okay, that's cool.
I'd rather you call me than mail me things.
Do you have any social media or anything you want to tell them about?
I have Instagram and Facebook, but I never use it. So you might hear back from me, you might not. So just call me.
He's too cool for your messages. He's too cool for that.
But also, I'll respond if you want to like tuck me in or something.
Tuck me in, make out, whatever.
No.
All right. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Friends in low places.
Wait. Do that again.
1, 2, 3. Friends in low places. Wait. Don't end it yet. We love you.
I love you.
We love you.
We love you. Oh, this is nice.
Alexa, play Thunderstorms.
Wow.